In this video, we are going to be looking at ratio. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is that there is a connection between ratio and fraction. Now, for example, if I have 1:3, now this can also be written as 1/3, with the first number acting as the numerator, while the second number is acting as the denominator. Do you understand? So 4:5 is equals to 4/5. Does that make sense? Now that's the first thing I want you to understand. Now the second thing I want you to understand is that we use ratio to kind of compare two or more things. Now let's say I tell you that the ratio between oranges and mangoes in a box is 2:5. So we have 2:5. Now this representing oranges, while this is representing mangoes. Now it means I'm comparing the number of oranges in a bag to the number of mangoes. Now what this means is that for every 2 oranges I have in the bag, I have 5 mangoes. So for every 2 oranges, let me put O for oranges, I have 5 mangoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I add 2 more oranges, I have to add 5 more mangoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These representing mangoes. Do you understand? Alright, let's take some calculations on that ratio. Alright, so we have this question. A bag contains 10 balls and 15 discs. What's the ratio of balls to discs? Now let's solve this. Now the first thing you need to notice, how many balls do we have? We have 10 balls. How many discs do we have? We have 15 discs. So we are asked, what is the ratio of balls to discs? So we have ratio of balls to discs will be equals to, how many balls do we have? 10:15. Do you understand? Now remember, at the beginning of this video I told you that there is a connection between ratio and fraction. So 10:15 is the same thing as 10/15. Now we need to take this to the lowest term. We have 5 in 10, 2, and then we have 5 in 15, 3. So it means that the ratio of ball to discs equals to 2/3, which is equals to 2:3. And this is our answer. Does that make sense? So basically, when you are being asked to find the ratio of balls to disc, you ask yourself, how many balls do you have? 10. Then how many discs do we have? 15. You take it to the lowest term, 5 here 2, 5 here 3. So it means that the ratio of balls to disc is 2:3. Do you understand? Let's take another question. So we have this question. A class contains 500 boys and 400 girls. What's the ratio of boys to girls and ratio of girls to boys? Now let's solve this. Now the first thing is, how many boys do we have? We have 500 boys. And then how many girls do we have? We have 400 girls. Now the question I is ratio of boys to girls. So we have, what's the ratio of boys to girls? So we have boys ratio girls equals to, how many boys do we have? 500 ratio 400. And remember the connection between ratio and fraction. So we have 500 all over 400. 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. So we have boy ratio girls equals to 5/4, which is equals to 5:4. And this is our answer. Do you understand? So let's do the second question. The ratio of girls to boys. We have ratio of girls to boys. Now in this case, girls is coming first. And how many girls do we have? We have 400 ratio. How many boys do we have? 500. That means this is equals to 400 all over 500. Remember, 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. That means the ratio of girls to boys equals to 4 over 5, which is equals to 4 ratio 5. Do you see how we are moving from ratio to fraction and fraction back to ratio? So it means that the ratio of boys to girls is 5 ratio 4, and the ratio of girls to boys is 4 ratio 5. Do you understand?